Good morning, it's Thursday, November the 11th, and you're watching AGORACOM Small Cap News TV. I'm your host, Paul Kondakos. AGORACOM TV is a daily, fast-paced show, bringing you the best press releases, along with the halts at the open so you can only profit from them, and potentially find your next great small cap investment. Folks, it's November 11th. It means that today is Remembrance Day. It's a day where we give thanks to all the veterans that gave their lives so we can enjoy our freedom today. So at 11/11/11 today, please join us in taking a moment of silence so we can remember those fallen heroes. Now, let's get on with the news today. I've got 5 great press releases for you. They're dominated by the financials. So without any further ado, let's get down to business so that you can get down to your day. Our lead story comes out of a company called Endeavour Silver. They trade on the big board. That's the TSX under the symbol EDR. This press release was actually released yesterday. However, it's significant enough for us to put on the show today so you guys can hear about it. Endeavour Silver, they're announcing their financial and operating results for the third quarter of 2010. We got some great metrics coming out of the company. They're reporting record quarterly EBITDA, record cash flow, and record revenues. The company owns and operates 2 high-grade underground silver gold mines in Mexico. Spot price of silver today was $27.20 an ounce, so silver continues their surge. So I'll give you some highlights right now. Net earnings climbed from $1.5 million loss to a $100,000 gain, so it looks like they're turning the quarter, and the price of silver is definitely helping them. EBITDA rose 826% to $6.5 million. The mine operating cash flow increased to 181%, up to $11 million. Sales revenues increased 105% to $20 million. Cash cost increased slightly 14% to $5.93 per ounce of silver. However, given that given that silver is at $27 per ounce, there's a lot of buffer, a lot of cushion there, and a lot of profit. Silver production climbed 20% to 797,000 ounces of gold, and their gold production increased 28% to 4,600 ounces of gold. A little bit about the company. They're a silver junior mining company focused on growth of its silver production, reserves, and resources in Mexico. They're last at $5.85, high of $7.14, low of $3.05, market cap of $70 million. And additionally, yesterday they also announced that there was a $50 million bought deal on the company. It was entered into with a syndicate of underwriters led by CIBC. Obviously, CIBC very confident because it was a bought deal that they'll be able to parse all the shares out. It was an offering of 8,150,000 common shares at a price of $6.15. It's expected to close in and around December 1st, 2010. So that's Endeavour. Now moving on to the rest of our companies. Lotus Pharmaceuticals, they trade on the bulletin board under the symbol LTUS. They're a developer, manufacturer, and seller of medicine and drugs in the People's Republic of China. And you know how much we love these small cap Chinese companies. They're reporting on their third quarter fiscal ended September 30th, 2010. I've got the third quarter highlights for you, which include revenues increased by 27% year over year to $18 million. That's up from $14.5 million in the third quarter last year. Net income for the third quarter increased 24% to $6.7 million. And gross margin for the third quarter was 57%. Based on gross profit of $10.6 million, and earnings per diluted share was 12 cents per quarter compared with 11 cents last year. Companies last at $1.49, high of $2, low of 77 cents, market cap of approximately $80 million. Moving on to our next company, Shiner International. They trade on the NASDAQ under the symbol BEST. Once again, we're talking about financials. They're a global supplier of packing solutions for food, tobacco, and consumer products. We're announcing financial results for the third quarter ended September 30th, 2010. Revenues for the third quarter of 2010 increased by 80% year over year to $15.5 million. Net income increased 338% to $1.3 million. Gross margin was 22%. Based on gross profit of $3.4 million, and that's compared to 17.3% margin last year. And earnings per diluted share were approximately 5 cents for the quarter, up from 1 cent just 1 year ago. And the company continues to project revenues of $53 million and net income of $4 million. Last at $1.23, high of $1.75, low of 85 cents, market cap of approximately $30 million. Next company, Global Sources. They trade on the NASDAQ, I believe. I don't see a symbol, but you can look it up. Global sources. I've got some highlights, which include revenue was $39 million compared to $30 million 1 year ago. GAAP net income was $2.3 million, and that's up from $1.2 million year over year. Non-GAAP net income was $3.2 million. And we have adjusted EBITDA of $6 million, which is up compared to $3.4 million for the third quarter of 2009. A little bit about the company. They're a business-to-business media company and a primary facilitator of trade with Greater China. Their core business uses English language media to facilitate trade from Greater China to the rest of the world. Last at 826, high of 877, low of 550, market cap of $368 million. Our next company, Radiant Logistics. They trade on the bulletin board under the symbol RLGT. They're a domestic and international freight forwarding logistics services company. They're announcing their financial results for the 3 months ended September 30th. We've got net income of approximately $783,000 on revenues of $46.4 million. And they reported net income of $116,000 on $34 million of revenues just last year, so that's up significantly. We've got adjusted earnings, or we've got adjusted EBITDA of $1.7 million compared to adjusted EBITDA of $722,000 for the period last year. A little bit about the company. They're domestic and international freight forwarding and related services through a network of approximately 70 companies, owned and exclusive agent offices across North America. Last at 49 cents, high of 52 cents, low of 22 cents, market cap of approximately $14.5 million. And that's it for the press releases. I've got one halt to report on. Spartan Resources, they trade on the venture under the symbol SRI. They're halted pending news. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Paul Kondakos. Please remember 11-11-11 today. Observe a moment of silence for our fallen veterans. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to join us again here tomorrow, and we've got more great press releases and halts at the open for you.